There has been some breaking news that could be the fundamental shift required to ignite the next leg up of the bull run, and let me share it with you right now. Breaking news, Jack Mallers' company, 21 Capital, has just gone live on the New York Stock Exchange. This is an historic moment for him and the team, and he goes on to explain why someone would invest in this stock versus just buying Bitcoin. He explains it's not just a Bitcoin treasury company, they have cash flow, and they will use that to increase their Bitcoin per share. Probably a new term if you haven't heard it too often. MicroStrategy, now called Strategy, was the first company to kind of pioneer that term. But what they're doing is using their cash flow to acquire Bitcoin so that they can increase the Bitcoin per share. So the shares that you own, they will have more and more Bitcoin in them over time. And since Bitcoin is a very scarce asset and you can't make more of it, it will lead to higher and higher prices. At least that's the theory. Now, I don't know if this is the news that helped move Bitcoin up a leg today. It's up 3.38% at the time of this recording, over $93,000, almost $94,000 per coin. I think this news had a lot to do with it, but there's some other news that I want to share that could have been the catalyst. Usually we see a catalyst, but in this particular case, this doesn't seem like enough to cause that big leg up in the market. So let's look at what else could be causing it. One of crypto's great champions inside the government, Senator Cynthia Lummis, has said the crypto market bill could pass within weeks. I think that's a big piece of what's getting people so excited about the market, because the big money has been largely on the sidelines for fear that they're going to invest real capital in something that could be regulated away, even made illegal. That has been put to rest. I actually believe that's been put to rest once the IBIT ETF came out, because now it's traded on the stock market and no one's going to be able to really take that away at this point. Plus, we've got a very pro-crypto president, an entire US government at this point. All of the major players in the government seem to be very pro-crypto. So if this bill passes within weeks, that could be a massive leg up for crypto, no question. But there's some other news I want to call your attention to. We've got some official news that banks in the United States are allowed to buy and sell Bitcoin for its customers. That is so massive because years ago, this was unimaginable. No one believed the banks would ever touch Bitcoin or crypto. They were really threatened by it. But what I think has happened is they've seen the writing on the wall and they say, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. If there is going to be money to be made here, if we can lend against these assets, if we can make money on transaction fees, why would we not? It's clear this industry is not going away. So why would you not take the opportunity to make money on this? And I think that's what the banks are starting to realize. And speaking of banks, Michael Saylor said in his most recent keynote that he has been approached by all of the major banks talking about how they can create Bitcoin products and services. Michael Saylor is famous for creating MicroStrategy that turned into Strategy and offering a variety of credit-style instruments backed by Bitcoin that are really aimed to revolutionize the entire financial markets. So he's got a big task ahead of him, but the fact that banks are reaching out on a regular basis to him says all we need to hear. The domino has fallen. So now I want to hear your take. What do you think about the most recent news? Is the 4-year cycle still intact and we're about to tank and this is just a bull trap? Or are we about to see the next leg up because mass adoption is here and we are at the first inning? Drop your comments below. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say.